Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a 2024 redraft, where basically every single team, essentially, right, obviously did the draft. But in this time, it's not who went where, it's basically if they knew how their rookie seasons were going to go, and that would be hopefully their entire career, then that's who. Obviously, they still may end up missing, but that's basically what I'm trying to say right now. And I'm just trying to find one that has 2024 on it. So, alright, this is the one I'm looking for. 24. Alright. Okay, let's get started now. Alright, now at the first pick, the Caleb Williams in real life took Caleb Williams. But here we're gonna have them taking Jayden Daniels, and it's just a simple. It's simple. Jayden Daniels had the best rookie season of all time, and he got the Commanders to the NFC Championship, maybe even to the Super Bowl, and could be a Super Bowl champion after his rookie season. So I understand this. I understand Caleb Williams was a generational prospect during the year, but he's not that much better than Jayden Daniels, especially after what we know now. Jayden Daniels comes with that swag, and that's Caleb Williams has yet to have. Now, the second pick, Washington Commanders in real life took Jayden Daniels, but here they will take Caleb Williams. I still think Caleb Williams is a good quarterback. I think he had a pretty solid rookie season. So I do think he is the second overall pick. Caleb Williams, he's a guy that through adversity, struggled. But how much blame can you really put down Caleb Williams? So, to be honest, I think even if the Commanders I feel like if the Bears had Jayden Daniels, I feel like the Bears would have been good. And I feel like if the Commanders had Caleb Williams, then the Commanders would have been good too. That's just me. All right, now with the third pick, New England Patriots. This may surprise some people. Yeah, this may surprise some people. This actually might surprise a lot of people. But I got in real life, the Patriots took Drake May, but here I got them going Malik Nabers. You know why? Because Jacoby Brissett's not that bad of a quarterback. Drake May didn't have a bad rookie year. But the Patriots have no receivers. And I feel like if you're going to draft a rookie QB eventually, you want the quarterback to have some receivers to throw the ball to. So I feel like they're going to pass on Drake May here. And I got the Patriots going Malik Nabers at 3 overall. Now, at the fourth pick, the Arizona Cardinals, in real life, the Cardinals ended up taking Marvin Harrison Jr. And here, I think they stick to their guns. And this is the first pick where I don't have change, and I have the Cardinals taking Marvin Harrison Jr. Look, I know Harrison didn't have the best rookie season, but it's like, Harrison, he showed up when he needed to. He definitely showed up when needed to. So yeah, that's a thing. Now the Chargers with the fifth pick. In real life, they took Joe Alt. Here, I have the Chargers taking Brian Thomas Jr. Talk about a stud. Not a lot of people expected him to be third in receiving yards in his rookie year. But he was, because LSU is wide receiver university, man. So I have Brian Thomas. And look, the Chargers, other than Ladd McConkey, had no receivers. And we're not doing the whole draft. So you put Ladd McConkey with Brian Thomas, that could be literally the deadliest rookie receiving room of all time. Now, the New York Giants with the sixth pick. In real life, they took Malik Nabers. But here, I think the Giants go with Drake May. Here's where Drake May goes to the Giants, because I know what I said about receivers, but there's not really that many great receivers left. Plus, the Giants, they needed a quarterback. And I feel like they had to go Drake May, because I feel like Drake May would have been I feel like the Giants could have won maybe 6 games if they had May under center, but it didn't. So, yeah. All right, Tennessee Titans with the 7th pick. In real life, they took J.C. Latham. But here, I think they go Joe Alt. I had him slipping a bit because the two teams ahead of him needed a better player. Joe Alt was he was definitely the best offensive line in the draft, don't get me wrong. But I feel like the Chargers, they needed a receiver badly, especially every time Quentin Johnson would be dropping the ball. So yeah, I think the Titans here go with Joe Alt, someone to protect Will Levis. And I feel like, J.C. Latham, he wasn't a bad player, but I feel like Joe Alt fits the Titans scheme. Now the Falcons, with the 8th pick. In real life, they took Michael Penix Jr. Here, I have the Falcons taking Jared Verse, edge out of Florida State. Jared Verse is a guy that wrecks offenses. A guy that just destroys offensive lines. Trust me, he destroyed my offensive line too. He destroyed that Saints offensive line, man. He destroyed it badly. But yeah, I have the Falcons here going with Jared Verse. Hold on, guys. Stupid potential spam call off my phone. Falcons go Jared Verse here. I think it's a no-brainer if you're Atlanta. But knowing them, they would probably stick with Penix. But yeah, it's a no-brainer for Atlanta. I think you got to go edge rusher, and they do, taking Jared Verse. Now the Chicago Bears back on the clock with the 9th pick. In real life, the Bears went with Rome Odunze. And here I have the Bears going with... this is tough. Here I have the Bears going Dallas Turner. I think they go Dallas Turner with the 9th pick. He's an edge rusher that definitely had some great moments this year. Great moments almost immediately. I think Dallas Turner, pairing him up with Montez Sweat, that could be a nasty defensive line group, and he comes in. Jane Daniels leading that offense. I feel like the Bears could have did some good things. All right, Minnesota Vikings with the 10th pick. In real life, they took J.J. McCarthy. We obviously know how that ended up working out. Here I have them going. I don't have them going quarterback here. Here, hold on, let me see who's available. Let me see from all players. I don't have the Vikings going quarterback. Instead, I actually got the Vikings going with Olu Fashanu, offensive tackle from Penn State. I think Olu Fashanu was definitely the best, or second. I think he was the second best lineman coming out the draft. But the Vikings, their offensive line gave up 9 sacks in a playoff game, and I don't think that happens if Fashanu is blocking for Mr. Sam Darnold. So I got the Minnesota Vikings going with Olu Fashanu. Now, speaking of Olu Fashanu, the New York Jets up on the clock with the 11th pick, who in real life took Olu Fashanu. Now, the Jets, they could go lots of directions here, but I have the Jets going with Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, you see, tight end was probably their biggest weakness. The quarterback, if you want to be honest with yourself. Brock Bowers was definitely the best skill position player other than quarterback in the draft. Maybe. It was either him or Brian Thomas for me. Brock Bowers did some amazing things on the Raiders. So just imagine Aaron Rodgers slinging him that peel. Brock Bowers he would probably have like 3,000 receiving yards. So yeah. All right, Denver Broncos on the clock with the 12th pick in the draft. I think the Broncos, they stick to their guns because in real life the Broncos went with Bo Nix, and I think they go with Bo Nix again. Because Bo Nix was, I feel like, a home run hitter. He was definitely hit or miss in the draft process, but he had a pretty solid rookie season for him being Bo Nix. He was in the Rookie of the Year running, so yeah, I think Broncos easily go with Bo Nix here with the 12th pick. I think they nailed that out of the park. Las Vegas Raiders with the 13th pick. In real life, they took Brock Bowers. Here, it's interesting because they need quarterback, but they also need receiver. So do you want to go with a guy like J.J. McCarthy and just hope that he can come back from injury? We only saw him for like one preseason game before his injury. Or do you want to go with a guy like Rome Odunze? I feel like the Raiders, honestly, I feel like they're going to take J.J. McCarthy. I think they take J.J. McCarthy with the 13th pick. Mostly because I know J.J. McCarthy didn't play. But like, he showed a little bit of flashes in that preseason game. And I understand preseason is preseason. But that's all you can basically base. That's all you can tell off of J.J. McCarthy. And look, I'm still not a fan of J.J. McCarthy. If you remember, if you were watching this channel last year, I thought J.J. McCarthy was the most overhyped quarterback prospect in the draft. And I still feel that way. I still think that if the Vikings would have started McCarthy this year, if he didn't get hurt, I feel like the Vikings maybe only win like 7 games. Yeah. All right, the New Orleans Saints on the clock with the 14th pick. And if you know me, you know I'm a Saints fan. In real life, we took Taliese Fuaga. And here, he's definitely on the radar, but I may surprise some of you. Fuaga was up and down all year. So I have the Saints taking Quinyon Mitchell. Freaking Mitchell. And then we draft Kool-Aid in the second round. Maybe. Depending on if I have him go in the first round or not. But yeah, I got the Saints taking Quinyon Mitchell. Basically, you know, this was a no-brainer for me. A no-brainer. Because, like, we traded Lattimore, so we need a number 1 corner. And I feel like Quinyon Mitchell could be that piece. Obviously, this is theoretical unless the Eagles trade Quinyon Mitchell to the Saints this upcoming offseason, which is not happening, but I would love if it does. So, yeah, I think Quinyon Mitchell goes to the Saints at number 14. But now, the Indianapolis Colts are on the clock at 15th overall. And in real life, the Colts took Latu. But here I got them taking Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy was a stud of a defensive tackle this year. And I feel like he's a guy that can, you know, make some plays when needed to. And I feel like that's what the Colts are missing. The Colts are missing a pass rush. And I feel like, you know, if they get Byron Murphy, that could help out a lot. Now, the Seattle Seahawks on the clock at 16 overall. In real life, they took Byron Murphy. But here, I have the Seahawks going with Taliese Fuaga. You know, Seahawks need some good tackles. You know, they have a good offensive line. So I feel like a left tackle or a right tackle, wherever you play Fuaga, I feel like would definitely help that team for the long run. All right, the Vikings back on the clock at 17. In real life, they took Dallas Turner. Here have the Vikings taken Terrion Arnold. I feel like, you know, the Vikings need some DBs, so having Terrion Arnold would definitely help that, you know, to help their defense out, you know, because like their defense was good, but I feel like a guy like Terrion Arnold or even a guy like Kool-Aid, I think that would help. That would have helped Minnesota for the long run. All right, Cincinnati Bengals on the clock at 18. In real life, they took Amarius Mims. But here, I mean, there's only one option I got for the Bengals. Let me scroll down. The Cincinnati Bengals would be taking Cooper DeJean. They take Cooper DeJean at number 18 overall. In real life, he slipped to the second round. Don't know why. But the Bengals need a DB help. Cam Taylor-Britt was not it. I rhymed on purpose if you didn't know. So I think a guy like Cooper DeJean will help the Bengals. I feel like if they had Cooper DeJean in that secondary, I feel like the Bengals would make the playoffs. So, simple as that. Los Angeles Rams on the clock at 19 overall. I mean, real life, the Rams took... Who was it? The Rams took Jared Verse. He was versatile. Again, I'm done with the goofy puns. Honestly, I think here Rams go J.C. Latham. I feel like the Rams were missing some offensive tackles because Stafford was getting hit a lot last season. So if you add a guy like J.C. Latham to that offensive line, I feel like it's spring. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock at number 20 overall. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, I was tempted to say Michael Penix just to, but I'm actually going with Roma Dunze. I think the Steelers take Roma Dunze. I have them falling from number 9 all the way to number 20, but I think they go Roma Dunze. Mostly because George Pickens is not a number 1 wide receiver. I'm sorry, he's just not. So they add Roma Dunze, and I feel like the Steelers are set up in a great spot. Now the Miami Dolphins on the clock at 21 overall. In real life, they took Chop Robinson. Here, I think they go Latu. They still need edge help, but I feel like Latu is kind of a better player. I feel like Chop Robinson was definitely he was good, but I feel like Latu was a little bit better in my opinion. Alright, Philadelphia Eagles on the clock at 22 overall. In real life, I think the Eagles took Quinyon Mitchell, I think, at 22 overall. And that's where Mitchell was taken. Here, the Eagles, they don't really need much, but I got the Eagles taking Graham Barton for that offensive line because him and Cam Jurgens would be the 2 centers on the Eagles, and they both, no matter who you would start, would be good options. But I feel like Graham Barton's a little bit better than Cam Jurgens. All right, now the Jaguars on the clock at 23 overall. In real life, they took Brian Thomas, but I had him going all the way at, I think, 5th. I think it was 5th. I could be wrong. But, so yeah, the Jaguars obviously can't go with Mr. Brian Thomas Jr. So here, I think the Jaguars go with, there's lots of options, but I think the Jaguars go with Kool-Aid McKinstry. But Kool-Aid's the number 1 corner. I don't even know how he made it to the Saints in the 2nd round. Well, the Saints traded up. I don't know how he made it to a point where the Saints could trade up for him. Kool-Aid McKinstry's a good corner. In my opinion, I feel like he was the best corner in this draft, but I did have Terry Arnold and Quinyon Mitchell go above him because of the immediate success that both of them have had, and also had Cooper DeJean going ahead. However, Kool-Aid McKinstry ain't no slouch now. Y'all remember when you rocked CeeDee Lamb? Well, I think it was Will Harrison that rocked him, but other than one play, CeeDee was on clampers that whole game, and Lattimore didn't even play that game when he was here. So I feel like Kool-Aid, and plus he was doing a solid job against Terry McLaurin. He was doing a good job against Mike Evans. So I got Kool-Aid McKinstry going at 23rd overall to Jacksonville. Now the Lions on the clock at 24. In real life, the Lions took Terry and Arnold here. Okay. So this is tough. Like the Lions, they need somebody for that defense. That's something they need. Okay, here we go. I think they need secondary help. It definitely didn't help with all the injuries that they did sustain. So I think the Lions here go with... Hold on. I think the Lions, I think they take Nate Wiggins. I don't really know much about Nate Wiggins, like his rookie year. But the Lions, they cannot pass up on any defensive help. Okay, what is going on right now? Hold on, guys. Alright, guys, we're back. We got everything situated here. Alright, but the Green Bay Packers on the clock at 25 overall. In real life, they took Jordan Morgan. Here, I think the Packers go with Troy Fautanu. To replace David Bakhtiari, the production that you got out of him. I think the clear pick here is Troy Fautanu. I don't think Amari Mims has developed yet, so I think Troy Fautanu is the pick. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the clock at 26 overall. In real life, they took Graham Barton. Here, I think they go with the Buccaneers here. They could go a lot of directions. But here, I think they go with Jackson Powers Johnson. Basically a Graham Barton replacement. But in this case, they never got Graham Barton. So Arizona Cardinals on the clock at 27 overall. Real life, they took Darius Robinson. But here, let's see, I had the Cardinals going with Marvin Harrison. I was thinking Xavier Worthy, but I don't think I'm going to do that. because they did take, but they do need another receiver. So you know what? I think the Cardinals go with 2 receivers in the first round, but I think the Cardinals go with Ladd McConkey with the 27th pick. So I think the Cardinals take 2 wide receivers in the first round. All right, Kansas City Chiefs on the clock at 28 overall. In real life, they took Xavier Worthy, and here I think they also go with Xavier Worthy. I think that's also a clear pick. Xavier Worthy is definitely the fastest receiver, and the Chiefs love their speed. So I think they go with Xavier Worthy again, given the opportunity to. All right, the Dallas Cowboys on the clock at 29 overall. In real life, I think, who did they take? Did they take Tyler Guyton? I think it was Tyler Guyton. However, here, I think the Cowboys go with Zerhan Newton. Because the Cowboys' defense was not good, other than Micah Parsons. So I think they go with Zerhan Newton to beef up that defensive line. Baltimore Ravens on the clock at 30 overall. In real life, I think they took Nate Wiggins. So here with the 30th pick, I think the Ravens go with. Hold on. Our Ravens, let's see who they could go with. I think the Ravens go with Xavier Legette. They need receiver. They need receiving help badly. So, a guy like Xavier Legette can come in and clean some stuff up. Now, with the 31st pick, hold on. Let me pull it up real quick because, obviously technology is the worst right now. All right. 31st pick, San Francisco 49ers in real life took Ricky Pearsall. I don't think the 49ers need any receivers. So here, I think the 49ers, I think they take Kingsley Suamata. Because Trent Williams, he ain't going to be in the NFL forever. And I don't even know who the right tackle is. So getting a tackle at 31 would definitely help. Now with the 32nd pick, the Carolina Panthers took Xavier Legette. But with him off the board, I think the Panthers go with Keon Coleman. Arguably one of the best receivers in the draft, but the drafts always have good receivers. So yeah, that's basically my redraft. So let me know how you feel about it. What picks did you think I nailed? What picks did you think I didn't do well on? Do you think I could be an NFL GM? Let me know. Like, subscribe, share, turn the bell, so no one upload. Who dat? And don't be a Falcons fan.